Hi.
Hi.
Are you wearing your little polka dotted riding shirt? I'm
I
sorry.
wear both of my little polka dotted riding shirts all the time.
I've got some like upper lip sweat going. I just cut down a massive tree and now I'm like
Mm.
readjusting
Which
to
saw which saw did you use?
I forget what it's called. It's like the one that's like it's like handheld like this, but then it has like a little blade at the end. Like a little
Oh, yeah,
electric
yeah,
blade
yeah.
at the end. I
A
went
little
bzzz.
electric. Nice.
Yeah. It was really satisfying. I'll send you a picture right now. This is the tree I just cut down. And well, it's a dead branch off of a tree that was suffocating one of my other plants. And I'm pretty pleased with myself, honestly.
Yeah, I'm pleased when I just cut down little branches and they actually fall off. So,
Yeah, look at my branch that I chopped.
oh, wow. Good job. Where are you going to put it?
I need to chop it up some more and then put it into our green bin.
Well, that'll be satisfying. Brr, you need a
Hmm.
you need a chainsaw, Katie Mac. Ugh.
Anyway, so that was what I've been doing, was sawing dead branches off of trees. I'm
I was
ready.
cleaning stalls because I have a new person starting and she forgot she was starting today,
Uh-oh.
which is fine. She'll be fine. She'll be great. But I was like, that's okay. Do it.
Happens.
Yeah,
Happens to the best of us.
you know me.
Okay.
Just love that stall cleaning.
You do though. Like you pretend like you don't, but you do.
It's my
You're
thinking
always like, I
time.
hate cleaning stalls, but like I know deep down you actually kind of like it.
I don't mind the peace. It's nice to have a
I
break
thought
from it.
I thought you just said I don't mind the pee.
Oh, no. The peace, Peace. Peace. It's
Like
peaceful.
God, pee is the worst part of cleaning a stall.
Agreed. What do you love about horses?
They're pretty and they're fluffy. I'm frustrated and I'm also sweating.
That's your fault.
Okay,
So, Katie Mack, you have a plan today.
Katie Mack. That's me. Kind of
You
have a
do have a
plan.
plan.
So, a few episodes ago, we were talking about misinformation and we started chatting about ChatGPT and AI and asking it horse questions. But long story short, my ChatGPT is too tuned into me. So it was giving me the answers that I wanted to hear for stuff. So I crowdsourced. A few people sent in things that they asked. And then I asked one of my non horsey friends if she could ask her chat some questions. And I wanted to go through some of the answers. This also took me down a wormhole of horse people on the internet, which I want to share a fun fact that the internet, that actually, that ChatGPT brought to me. I asked Chat, I said, "Hey, Chat, what's a weird fact about a horse?" And this is what Chat told me. And I have no idea if this is true or not, Mom. So you're going to fact check us, okay?
Oh, no. Okay, I'm ready with my fact checking.
It says floaty front legs. Believe it or not, a horse's front legs are not actually attached to the skeleton by collarbones or joints. They are held entirely by muscle, tendons, and skin.
That is completely true because they don't have a clavicle. So,
That's
fun
kind of
fact,
crazy to think about.
that's why as a horse gets stronger in the work, if you are able to develop like the abdominal muscles and get them to lift their front end, they actually can get taller. Little tiny bit, but because their withers can move up inside of their scapulas.
Okay, well, Chat, that's 1 point for Chat GPT.
Well, can I also say, because I forgot about this morning, but now you've reminded me, there's our anatomy lesson for the day. Because I had someone ask me, why aren't you doing that anymore? So now we
Anatomy
just did.
lesson of the day.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah.
Good job, ChatGPT. Maybe we'll be roping you in for more anatomy lessons. Like when you think about the horses jumping and
Oh,
like on their front, I don't know, that's kind of nuts.
yeah. That's why the thoracic sling is so important.
What
Holds
is
the
it?
thorax, the chest
Thoracic.
up. That's the ring
What?
of muscles that holds the horse's thorax or its body up inside of its front legs, scapulas.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay. There
like
you
the
have it.
pectoral muscles and
Okay. Well, I have another one.
okay.
Did you do any?
Yes, I have 4.
Oh, wow, Mom.
I know I
Star.
did my
Okay.
good homework.
Okay, we'll go to you first
I mean,
then.
full disclosure, my crowdsourcing was your dad
I mean,
because I
great
too have
crowdsourcing.
trouble. So the very first we were out, we had a date night last night. We went out for dinner and we were at dinner. I was like, oh my God, I gotta look at these, right? So I asked ChatGPT, my horse is jealous.
What?
My boyfriend is jealous of my horse. What what should I do? And you know what your dad's answer was?
Get a new boyfriend?
Yes, totally. That was his response.
Oh, I love Dad.
Yeah, it was pretty
Okay, so
funny.
what did Chat have to say?
Okay. Yeah, now I have to put it back in. I don't remember. It had all kinds of things like that were sort of
You were
useful. Hold
supposed
on,
to
hold on.
you were supposed to
I know, I
screenshot
know, I
it.
know.
You got to
I
put it.
know, but I was at dinner and I sent it here. Okay, I've got it. It says someone dating an equestrian can easily feel like they're competing with a 1,200-pound priority. Oh, and then yeah, then it just goes into a whole, I mean, it's like 7 pages long.
Say, can you condense this into 100 words?
Oh, wait a minute. Maybe I can. Learning how to use ChatGPT. Okay. Can you condense this into 100 words? Let's see if they say get a new boyfriend.
Maybe it's listening to you, so maybe it will say that.
Ugh, that's creepy. I don't like
It's just
it's going
thinking.
real slow. Sure, paste the text, all of it.
What? This is actually Mom's lesson, and
Yeah. I've been having a lot of lessons in how to use AI because I've been working on the chapter on ethical use of AI in veterinary medicine for the book, which has
mm,
been very interesting.
do you
Yeah.
have anything fun to share in that?
I think that the most important thing is that when we use AI, we have to realize that it's an assistant. We can't rely on its answers to make decisions. AI literacy is super important. So anyone using AI needs to do a little bit of deep diving into how it comes up with its answers because there's a lot of potential issues with bias that
Mm-hmm.
depend on how it's trained.
Mm-hmm.
But really the take home message is that it's okay to use it for assistance. You have
Mm-hmm.
to maintain control. I don't know how far down this do you want to go. There's been a conversation right now on the AAEP listserv about the use of the lameness, the
Mm-hmm.
AI gate
Yeah.
things, and the importance of using that as a tool, but not relying on it to make final decisions.
Yeah, it's not a
Other
diagnostic.
things, yeah, other things that are important, honestly, are confidentiality. You have to realize that anything you put out there, like if you put as a veterinarian, if I put a client's name or a patient's name, any of that, unless you're using a HIPAA certified AI model, it's not
Mm-hmm.
going to be protected. So we have to be very careful about that. And the other thing that came to my mind is environmental concerns. So I can go on and on. Okay,
Yeah,
Katie's
I'm
falling
done. I'm
asleep.
bored.
Ah,
I'm bored.
okay. All right. Okay.
We're just gonna have to wait to read it
I'm
in the
done.
book when the book comes out.
Yep. It's
Okay.
very short.
Can we go back to did your chat give you anything good or is it
No,
my turn? See, you
it's
didn't
your
do your
turn.
homework properly.
Okay.
You failed. Loser.
Sheesh.
Okay. I have one. Or are you still working?
I'm still working, but go ahead.
Well, no. I need
I'm
your
ready.
full undivided attention. I don't want half attention.
Okay, well, hang on. Please answer in 100 words what I should do. I'm re-asking it
Okay.
because I really want to know if it says you should get a new boyfriend. If your boyfriend is jealous of your horse, focus on communication instead of choosing sides. What? I mean, what side are you gonna choose in this conversation?
I'm siding with my horse on this one.
Make time for your relationship without giving up something that matters deeply to you. Invite him to be involved if
No,
he's interested,
wrong.
but
Wrong
don't
answer.
force it. No, yeah.
Boring.
Jealousy becomes a problem when it turns controlling or resentful. I just thought it was funny that Dad's answer out of the gate immediately. Get a new boyfriend.
Okay, here's one. I said, "Hey, chat, why are horse people so weird?" And this was chat's response. Horse people aren't weird. They're just the kind of people who looked at a 1,200-pound prey animal with anxiety issues and thought, yes, I'd like to make this my entire personality.
Seriously?
Isn't that good? One
Yeah,
was
that's pretty
pretty
funny.
funny. And also not inaccurate. Like people are, yeah. Okay, little screenager over there, I need you to get off your phone. And
Well, I'm redoing my homework so that I
but
can
you did.
like.
Okay, do we need to pause and regroup? Over
No,
there
I'm good.
looking at your phone. You have another
Sorry.
one you want to share, or is this back to
do.
me? Okay, go
No.
ahead.
This was also one that generated sort of a funny response, which was also from your dad. Are horses a good investment? So the first time that I put that in, it came up with like a, 7-page document about when horses can be a good investment and when they aren't. But you know what it finished with? Is most horse people like to say that the best way to make a small fortune with horses is to start with a large one.
No way.
100%. Yep, it did.
Wait, that's so funny. Wonder
Yeah.
where it pulled that from, but that is funny and accurate.
Yeah.
To
Yeah.
make us, yeah, but that is so
Um,
funny that it came up with that. Man, I love chat. It's so entertaining. What
Yeah.
did Dad
So
say to that one?
when I asked for we didn't really take it beyond he suggested I ask for it. He didn't have an answer. When I asked for it in 100 words,
Uh-huh.
it says if financial return is your goal, there are usually safer and more predictable investments than horses.
Not wrong.
Not
So far,
wrong.
Chat's horse advice is sort of spot on. I'm not gonna lie.
To be fair, I did do like a couple serious ones that your dad asked me, and
Mhm.
I was actually pretty impressed with the answer. But you go next.
I actually agree with that. I think it all has to be fact checked, obviously, like you're saying, but still, it is interesting. This was one from my best friend, Kiara. And she said to Chat, "What is the easiest way to become a professional horse trainer?" Okay.
My answer to that would be there is no easy way, or be born into a horse trainer family.
Agree. But it gave us a year by year breakdown.
Wow.
Okay, are you ready?
I'm so ready.
A practical roadmap could look like this. Year 1, ride 3 to 5 days a week. Volunteer or work part-time at a stable. Year 2, work for a respected trainer. Ride a variety of horses. Year 3, develop a specialty. Start accepting your own clients.
After 3 years of riding,
Build a business and a professional network. That was Chad's breakdown of how to become a professional trainer.
wow, that's terrifying.
It's terrifying.
Yeah, throwback to why don't we have licensure for trainers?
Right.
Yeah,
No, seriously.
after 15 years of riding 6 horses a day.
No, literally.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
this is crazy that it's saying you have your own business at year, like 4.
Yeah.
And a favorite about this is year 1, ride 3 to 5 days a week. That'll get you there. By the end of that year, you might be posting.
Gosh, that's pretty funny. I tried to put in like sort of serious like vet questions. So, because one of the things, this is a question I get from clients all the time, and Dad actually came up with it, which is interesting. Why can't horses eat alfalfa? My answer is, well, they can. And you know what he said? He goes, well, I know that, but I hear you talk about that all the time because I used to hear
Hey.
that all the time.
Pause.
Not so much anymore.
Okay, I was gonna say, I don't hear that, nor have I ever really heard that. Like, I've always fed alfalfa at every barn I've ever been in.
Okay, couple things. First of all, you're in California, we're in Oregon.
But I've
Um,
worked in both California and in Oregon.
and
Alfalfa
who
in both
and who
places.
have been the guiding people in the places where you've really educated good horse people, and you grew up with a veterinarian for a mother. I hear it. I don't hear it as much anymore, but I used to hear it all the time. And still, people are very funny in Oregon about feeding horses alfalfa. We've talked about this before. Feeding things regionally is really different. It's hard to have feeding conversations in different areas of the country because it depends on what you can get.
Okay, but what did chat
But
say?
anyway, Chat had a great answer. It was a
Oh,
very well balanced, and it yeah, I was impressed. It's not that horses can't. It's that it isn't appropriate for every horse or every situation. So, and then it talked about, things that were important. The only thing that I would say I could have a problem with, it did say it can be too rich for easy keepers, true, insulin resistant horses or those prone to laminitis. And I think that could lead people down a little bit of the wrong path because alfalfa is high in energy, so you're going to get fat eating it. So that's true. It's not good for a laminitic horse. But if you're trying to control sugars, sometimes alfalfa is a good choice. And if people saw that, they would then argue with me about
ah,
feeding their laminitic
yeah,
horse a little bit of alfalfa.
that's that is interesting because that
Yep.
is happening. People are going to chat and then arguing with professionals about it.
And there's a lot more that goes into that conversation than just you shouldn't feed alfalfa to your laminitic horse. Like, what's his insulin level? What
Right.
are your other hay options?
Right.
How are they
No,
getting
for
their
sure.
protein? Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. I have another one.
Okay.
How do I make a horse jump?
Wow.
What do you think chat said?
Point it at the jump and go. Find a reputable trainer.
Mom, I'm dead. Chat said, you just point the horse at the jump and tell it to go over it. Maybe kick a little or say, jump! Exclamation mark. And the horse does the rest.
So I was right. Me and Chat, we agree.
You were spot on.
Okay, so I'm going to ask it, how do I make a horse pee off? Or how about
Tell it
passage?
to answer in one sentence. Otherwise, you're going to get a really long winded response.
Well, I think when I told it to do something in 100 words, now all the answers I'm getting are in 100 words or ish,
A
so that's
100
good.
word a sentence, is it?
No, but that's what you told me to do.
Okay.
Oh.
I'm going to ask chat right now.
It's telling me, okay, how do I make a horse? That one sentence thing turned it into how to write a sentence about a horse passaging. Actually, its answer is very good.
Okay, what does it say?
This isn't something you make quickly, but something you develop. To build toward passage, you generally work on, and then it goes through all this rhythm straightness,
Okay, so now
collection, shifting the weight back to the hindquarters, the
ask
whole
it
thing.
to explain as if it knows nothing about horses.
Yeah, it says the same thing in more easy language. It says passage is not a trick you ask for once. It's something built slowly through training, like teaching a dancer to do a very controlled, powerful, slow routine. It's actually it gives you good answers. So
I don't
better than
know.
how you make a horse jump. How about how do you make a horse go into a horse trailer?
Kiara asked it, how do I get horses to like me more?
What did it
Wasn't,
say?
I don't think it said anything crazy. But I think it was just funny that she asked it that.
Aw.
You respect their space. You move slowly and confidently. You spend time without asking for much. I don't totally know what that means. You learn what they enjoy. Improve your horse reading skills.
That's all fair.
Yeah.
Give it treats.
Okay, do you have any other chat ones?
Well, I just did getting the horse into the trailer, and that's another good answer. It basically starts
We
out
don't
by
need good
saying,
answers.
you should make it feel safe. Well, no, but it ends up with it may be worth working with an experienced trainer
Well, that's
to
good.
avoid creating a long-term loading problem. So
Oh,
again, go chat.
Okay, so the next section of this. In my internet research of trying to find what weird things people have said about horses on the internet and with I found a Reddit thread. And the Reddit thread, I haven't fully read through it yet, but the Reddit thread is titled Anyone Have Had Bad Experiences with Weird Horse People? Question mark. And it says, most horse people I met are incredibly two-faced, will compliment you in your face and shit talk behind your back. I do competitive show jumping and board at a hunter jumper show barn for context. They seem to thrive on spreading rumors and gossiping about other people in the barn. Being in this kind of toxic environment came to be extremely bad for my mental health. It makes it hard for me to trust anyone in this community. Anyone share my experience? And am just reading through this. And people are saying, like, horse people are notoriously mean. People who compete are mean. Lots of people in barns are like this. Like, this is why I quit showing.
Oh,
This thread is super gnarly. The horse people I knew were super critical of everyone's riding. No one could ever do it right without people commenting. Like, without fail, the most toxic people I have ever had to deal with have been equestrians. This
wow.
thread is crazy, right? And I was actually talking with my best friend Kiara yesterday because she listened to Performance Anxiety and she's a ski racer. And she called me and she was like, "Hey, I just listened to your episode on performance anxiety and how you guys were talking about people in the sport kind of watch to see other people make mistakes. Like there's a little bit of that culture." And she was like, it's so interesting because in ski racing, she's like, you know, us adults who, because she coaches ski racing and she also like will compete every once in a while for fun. And she was like, it is so the opposite for us. Like she's like, when people see adults out there like ski racing and stuff, and it's always really positive and encouraging of each other. And she's like, when you see people show up to ski racing with vintage gear, like old school skis or old school outfits, you're like, damn, this person's so cool. That's so not really the case. And I wanted
I
to your thoughts.
Yeah, I just have one. I'm curious a little bit about that. Can I just give a shout out to Kiara also? Do you think that that is true throughout all of ski racing? Or is Kiara, as we know, just the loveliest, nicest, most supportive human being on the planet that we should all take a lesson from? And she sees people get out of their car. And if she were a horse person, she would be the same way. She would be like, "Wow, look at that Steuben all-purpose saddle. I had one. That is amazing. That's such beautiful workmanship." That's Kiara
100%.
partly. Yeah.
No, I do think
I
that that's Kiara partly, but I also do think that it is. I mean, who knows? Yeah, I think that is
That's it.
Kiara partly,
Let's
and
get
also like
Kiara a
local
horse.
mountains.
Let's get Kiara to the horse shows and see what happens. Okay, I'm going home
It's
from
so
this podcast
beautiful.
with one plan or one goal for my week. It's going to be more like Kiara. Be like
Okay,
Kiara.
should be
Yeah,
our tagline.
it is.
Okay, so that was a little bit of a side tangent about other sports, but this thread really upset me. It
Yeah,
made me feel
no.
very sad and disturbed. And I feel like we talk a lot about like the horse care side of the sport, but this is really sad that there's all these people. And you know what? I know this exists anywhere. You could find a Reddit thread about literally anything on the planet. People talking bad. People also talk bad when they're jealous. And there's so many reasons why people could be saying this. But what I hate reading through this is that horse people are notoriously mean. And I wanted to know your thoughts. Like, do you
I mean,
think
I
that
do think
that is a
there's
problem?
I do think that there's a not unrealistic thought that that it's very elitist and you have to have money to do it. And so there's kind of a divide. And I Just this takes me back to when you were kids, you and Jamie were kids, and you in particular, I think I remember saying this to you. You had a lot of opportunities because you grew up with a veterinarian and you had a nice pony and you did, you had, and you were good, you were successful, and you just, things were easier for you than they were for a lot of people. Not as
Mhm.
easy as they were for some people because it wasn't like the huge influx of cash. But I don't know if you remember me saying this to you, but I used to tell you, you have to be nicer than everybody else. You just have to be supportive of everyone. And I used to tell you that
Mhm.
all the time. You have to, in order for people not to resent you, you have to be nicer than everybody else. You have to be more supportive. You have to be,
Yeah.
so I mean, I think that's an important lesson for all of us, right?
Yeah. I just like
We are
don't
lucky.
what could be done? I mean, the challenging part, it's an individual sport. So it's like, of course, people are going to be competitive. People are going to be, they want to be the best. And I get that. You are competing against people. So there is that part of it. But how do you create more, like a more supportive culture? Why are people so hyper fixated on bringing others in this sport down? Like, I feel like just on social media and in the horse world right now, the conversations are so negative. It's negative about people, it's negative about the sport. And I'm one of the first people to say that I think a lot in this sport needs to change, right? There's a lot of room for improvement. But why aren't we talking about the improvements that are happening and what positive changes are going on and like inspiring people with that instead of just talking about everything that's bad? And on social media, you say this a lot, Mom, but you're like, the more we promote people who are speaking negatively of the sport on social media, the more we give it attention. We're not actually, like, that's not actually solving any problems. We need to bring awareness to what positive things people can be doing, not just the negative things that are happening.
I totally agree with you.
Was that your hand
Did
saying
you
I was
like that?
talking for too long?
You were doing it to me earlier, so that's my signal.
Honestly,
I like it.
that I kind of like it too. That was impressive. A
Gonna
little
go the other
Pac-Man
way.
hand, like, shut up.
No, I think that's a super, super good point, though. I mean, that's why that also goes back a little bit to my, like, if you want to make changes, if you want to make
Hmm.
positive changes in the industry, the way I am not a fan of being a negative activist, like getting out there and talking about how terrible everything that we're doing is. I'm more would be supportive of getting involved and working towards making positive changes. I will also say that in terms of the wanting people to do poorly, I do think that that gets better as you age. So, in my older cohort of friends who are still riding, all of us have been, we all recognize what a struggle this is for everyone. And
Yeah.
just because somebody was on top then, they're not on top now. We've all had the horses break our hearts. We've all been hurt. We've all had horses go lame. And I find myself now, I have a friend who just, she could afford it. She bought a really nice horse and she went and she did the CDI at Devonwood last weekend. And, people could maybe, she worries about this, that people are going to be critical of her because she bought this horse. And I'm like, you know what? It's amazing. Like we've all struggled. We all just want to be able to do that. And you are doing it. And yay. And totally on like supporting that.
Yeah.
So that does change when you realize that nobody stays on top all the time forever.
Yeah. I mean, that's true for sure, especially in this sport. Like people are successful because they have a great horse, and they have a few really great years, the great horse, and that's probably not going to last for forever. Like let them enjoy that they're being successful and that they're having this great time and like your time is going to come hopefully eventually.
And even the very, very best people have down periods. I think
Oh, for
that's what you
sure.
realize when
Yeah.
you've been doing it for a really long time is, yeah, like, yay, they're having their time. Maybe I'll have mine. Maybe I won't. The other thing
Yeah.
I think is really important, enjoy the good days. Like if you go out and you have a great ride, enjoy that day because you never know what's going to happen tomorrow. Don't be
Jesus.
focused on, well, it's true.
Yeah.
I've been given this amazing opportunity to ride this really amazing horse and I'm having a great time doing it. And I feel so lucky. And it's not going to be that way forever. So I'm going to enjoy it while I can
Yeah.
today, right now,
Yeah. No,
and
I mean,
appreciate it.
it's true. It's very true.
Yeah.
I have
Perfect
one
one.
thing that I want to leave this podcast on that is from this said Reddit thread that I found. Okay? Somebody
Okay. I'm
commented in
ready.
this thread and said, "Horse people are all crazy. You're crazy, I'm crazy. Everyone in this freaking subreddit is crazy. You just got to find people with a compatible kind of crazy."
That's
And I
kind of
loved
a
it.
like a guide. It's a guide for life,
No, I
right?
was like, honestly, yeah. Like I loved that. I was like, yeah, everyone's just a little bit nuts. And you just got to let them do their thing. Just let people be a little nuts. Let them enjoy their nutsness and just find the people that you enjoy their nutsness the most and go with
You
that.
can resonate with.
Yeah.
And on that note,
I'm not really sure what the point of this whole chit chat was, but I had fun. And that's why we do this, right? To have fun together.
that's right.
I love you.
Love you too.
Ta ta.
Bye.
All right. Love you guys.
Love you too. Bye.